Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am back for another Slim Sports interview. And as always, I'm your host, Jay Slim. And joining me today is my sister from my JUCO days, my point guard for life, a 5'6" guard from Lincoln Memorial, and now heading to Puerto Rico to play pro ball, my sister, Geovana Rios. How's it going, G?
Momentarily, there was no one there. Rios gets it off to Manny. Manny wants to drive to the baseline, draws the double team, draws the triple team, kicks back out. Rios, three, yes!
What's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to have you on again. I didn't even realize this. It's been almost 3 years since the last time I had you on for an interview. That's my bad. I should have had you on way sooner because you've been dropping buckets, dishing out dimes, and being an undersized guard, you're still grabbing rebounds. I looked at your numbers. We'll get into that here in a sec. But these past 3 years, you've been doing such a great job over there for the Rail Splitters. Talk to me real quick about these past 3 years at Lincoln Memorial. What has that experience been like for you?
The experience has been amazing. Like the things that I've learned about basketball and outside of basketball is just like you can't even explain it. But just like a little bit insight. We play the game a little bit differently over there, so I had to learn a whole new style of basketball. But we play the right way. We play a way somewhat called flow, and I'm gonna get into that like a little bit more later. But just the way we played the game and everything just changed my whole perspective on the game. It's got me better. We changed the program around. So yeah, just that.
Yeah, your first year there, you guys ended up having kind of a rough season, had a losing record, unfortunately, but you guys ended up growing that program over the next couple of years. And this past season, you guys ended up going 19-8 overall, 14-6 in conference action. You ended up taking a full-time starting role during your final year at Lincoln Memorial. The first 2 years while you were there, you kind of came off the bench, started a few games here and there. Talk to me real quick about embracing that starting role this past season. What did you really do to earn that starting spot?
Yeah. I started all year last year too, but I would say like the dominant role I was definitely in this year. I know my first year from JUCO, leaving FSW, going my first year there. I obviously thought I was gonna play in here and there, but it was just rough for me. Like I said, I had to learn a whole new system, a whole new style of play. I wasn't really able to do certain things, and it was really eye opening just knowing I should be on the floor. And I just got to work. That's all my coaches told me: to stay in the gym, get to work, work on your shot, work on different things, become a leader. And that's exactly what I did. And we changed the program around the year before last year, and then we actually took that stepping stone last year officially, and that was obviously my best year. So yeah. I think just experience, like the experience that I just had over the years just allowed me to grow. And, like I said, I didn't play my first year. It's not always, sunshine and rainbows all the time. You got to work for what you got. And I had to earn my spot. I'm pretty sure everybody around me would tell you that I earned my spot. And, yeah, now we're here.
Yeah, and you put up some great numbers once you got that starting spot. You put up some good numbers your first 2 years at Lincoln Memorial as well. But this past season, 8.5 points, 4 assists. And I mentioned before, you're a 5'6" point guard, and you're leading your team in rebounds with 8.3 rebounds per game. Just absolutely dominating the game in every single aspect of it. And you mentioned it before. You went from JUCO to the NCAA level, going to Lincoln Memorial. I know those JUCO days were a rough process, that grind trying to get to where you are now. Talk to me real quick about the biggest difference for you when you made that transition from the junior college level to the NCAA.
Yeah. I think compared to other JUCOs, FSW is obviously one of the best JUCOs out there. I had a great experience. I learned a lot too from there. I think playing wise, like the biggest difference I would say as a point guard was probably the pace. I know everybody says pace, but there's good pace in JUCO. But at the Division II level, especially in the SAC, the South Atlantic Conference, it's a different kind of pace. Everybody's good over there, so everybody knows that's how you play the game, up and down. You slow it down sometimes when you need to, but everybody's pretty much smart. They know that, if they know when you're tired, they know when to push it on you. You know what I'm saying? So the pace is definitely trying to learn that and trying to learn when to go fast, when to go slow. And then second thing probably would be defensively. I mean, the defense was good in JUCO, but you had some people who weren't that good. But everybody, I feel like at the Division II level, Division I level is pretty good defensively. One, because they just go really hard. I mean, if you go really hard on defense, you pretty much can make yourself become a good defender. And yeah, that's why it was a tough challenge every day. Every game was tough because you're either getting pressed or you just have a good defensive team. So, you're lucky if you get one or two teams here and there that are not good defensively. But for the most part, if you're not on your P's and Q's, I mean, yeah, you're gonna get beat. So I
Mhm.
would say that's the big difference: pace, defense, um, everything else. I mean, it's pretty smooth.
Yeah, and I mean, you had some great games, especially this past season. I know you texted me earlier about, some of your double doubles. I know you love getting those. You had 11 points, 15 rebounds against North Georgia, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists against Newberry, 17, 7, and 6 against Emory and Henry. Uh, like I said before, you can do a little bit of everything. As an undersized guard, you're grabbing those rebounds. You're finding ways to score both inside and out, dish it out to your teammates. And you mentioned the defense. I know you work hard on the defensive end as well. Talk to me real quick about your style of play. Obviously, you're the one on the court doing all of these amazing things. How would you really describe your style of play?
Yeah, so I think I'm just very versatile. Like when you look at me, I'm like a little guard who can't really do much. But I mean, if you look at the stats, or if you just look at the game, forget the stats. Because if you look at the stats, you might be like, nah, either. But if you look at the actual game, I think everybody sees you get a little bit of everything from me. Um, like I said, even though I'm small, I have the ability to go get rebounds, which rebounding is just like a go get it thing. You got to have the mentality to go get it. And sometimes it just falls in your hand. But like, I've been averaging a lot of rebounds since JUCO. So I think that I've just gotten better at, finding where the ball is going to go and here and there. I've always been a good passer. So that's followed me throughout the years. And I think the one thing that's kind of developed is my shot. I was not really a scorer the past few years. And last year I had to take more of a scoring role. And I could have done better, but I think the way I progressed is clear. And yeah, you're gonna get a little bit of everything from me when you play for me. And yeah.
Yeah, now obviously your production on the floor helped your team to a 19-8 overall record. You talked about how you helped build this program up to what it is now. Talk to me real quick about this past season for your team as a whole. What went into it from not just yourself, but your teammates, the coaching staff, everybody involved to lead this program to so much success over this past year?
I think it starts in practice. I mean, if you watch our practices, you'll probably be like, what the heck? I mean, we do everything in practice, like from the simplest drills to the hardest drills, but we all do drills. We do drills for a specific reason, and we show that in the game. Like I said, we have a different style of play. So our drills are a little bit different. Our offensive drills are a little bit different from others. And you know, it starts in practice. We go at it every single day. It was competitive no matter what. I mean, we even almost had, fights just off of competitiveness, but then we're going to go hang out and eat right afterwards and be fine. So I think like I said, again, it starts in practice and then it develops in the game. And then you try to build that relationship throughout the season, try to build on that. You watch a lot of film. We watch film every single day. We watch film. We watch good, bad, and ugly. And you never really want to be on those clips, but as a point guard, I was on a lot of those clips, the good, bad, and ugly. And you just got to embrace it and try to get better. And I think literally, like, we just got better every single game. And we fell short, but we definitely had a great season. And yeah, I think everybody can pretty much say that on the team.
Yeah, and one of those early games that you had on towards the start of the season, you guys actually went against a Division 1 opponent. Lincoln Memorial, obviously being in the Division 2 level. I know there's talks about them eventually moving up to Division 1 here soon, but you guys ended up playing Tennessee Tech at their place, Division 1 opponent, and you guys. The final score obviously doesn't look very well, but I remember watching a little bit of that game and you guys were, staying competitive with them throughout it quite a bit. You yourself, you had 5 points, 4 assists in that game against Tennessee Tech, knocked down a three-pointer, saw that clip. That was awesome. Talk me real quick about going against that Division 1 opponent. How did that help you and your team get a little get a little spark under yourselves as far as going throughout the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, it was our first Division 1 team that we played all my years of being there. So it was a pretty cool experience because, not many teams get to do that. So yeah, we had a good start to the game, but it was a tough matchup because we were kind of small. You know, the Division I girls is bigger, so they had an advantage in the paint, but it was definitely like a test for us. We were able to grow from that game. Like I said, we watched film from that game. We got better from that game. The pace was even more different from the division. It was even faster, so we had to adjust to that. But we competed with them. I think they'll tell you that too. And we ended up playing another Division I team, Western Carolina, and ended up beating them and doing good. That wasn't on TV or anything like that, but that was the game that I think really gave us like the stepping stone to like, okay, we could do this thing for real. Like I know the conversations we had after that game was like, all right, if we lock in, we can go and do what we got to do. So both of those games are really good for us.
Yeah, and I've seen your journey from your freshman year to now, and the improvements that you've made have absolutely been incredible to become the player that you are now. Talk to me real quick about all of those improvements. What would you say are the biggest improvements that you've made throughout your college career to where now you're able to take that next step and now continue your career at the professional level?
Yeah. Well, first I thought a lot of the offensive part, would be such a big part of what everybody thinks but the realization I came to was defense win games, and in order for me to be on the floor being so small, I got to learn how to guard. So my junior year, after I wasn't playing, like I said, you can ask Coach Carter. I was in the gym every day working on my offensive shots. I was working on defense. He used to tell me like the point guard can't have a bad day in practice. They got to be able to guard the best player. You're small. You don't really got an advantage. So if you can do what you got to do defensively, 9 times out of 10, everything on the offensive end is going to follow itself out, and that's what it did. You get easy buckets when you play good defense, and you get your team rolling. The excitement, the energy is crazy, and so yeah, I would say defensively, and then like I said, I had to improve my shot. I mean, I couldn't shoot at all. I mean, I could shoot, but I wasn't shooting, and I just got in the gym, started shooting more. My percentages went up here and there. Still not where I would like to be, but nobody's perfect. I'm just gonna keep working on my shot. And but the improvement is there. It's in the stats, it's in the games, and I could feel it in myself. Like as I'm playing, I could feel more confident. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can just feel it.
Yeah, and now you're able to take this next step to the professional level. I just saw you ended up getting drafted into the league in Puerto Rico. The name of your team escapes me right now, but talk to me real quick about what it means to you to be able to continue this level at the professional level and in Puerto Rico, and what are you looking to do during this off season going into your first professional season to be able to make an impact right away?
Yeah, so I ended up getting drafted by San German. It's in the Caribbean part of Puerto Rico, so it'll be nice over there. It's a brand new team out there, so they have a popular men's team, but the girls side was cut off a couple years ago, and now they're just now bringing it back. So I'm going in with a fresh start. I'll be able to go earn my spot, so what I got to do. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. It's been a long journey. I could have hung it up. I could have just got straight into coaching, but I just realized like coaching is always going to be there for me. And I'm just going to get better as I'm watching and I'm learning. But my playing days are not going to be always there. So, I mean, I might as well while I'm fresh, knock on wood, while I'm fresh, while I'm still learning and getting stronger here. I mean, I might as well just keep going. And I mean, getting drafted in the BSN, it's the main league in Puerto Rico. It's the top league. From there you can even go play on the national team, and then from there you can go to the Olympics. Like it's just another stepping stone for me. And then just to lay low until my real goal is to be a head coach at the NCAA level and win a couple championships. So that's my real goal. But I know that I have time for that. I'm ready to keep playing and keep developing. And I'm nowhere near where I want to be. Not until I got everything I need. So until then, coaching can wait. But yeah, that's my next step. Finish out pro, get into coaching, and then we'll see what happens from there. Win me some
That's awesome.
championships.
That's awesome, Gio. I'm incredibly proud of you. Like I said, I've seen your journey from day one at the JUCO level to now. And I said when I introduced you, I'm not joking. You're my sister for life. We locked in. Uh, Beyond blessed to have you on here for another interview. And I'm not waiting 3 years to have you on again. I'm sure I'll have you on again here soon. So beyond blessed right now. And thank you so much for everything that you've done to help me grow my brand. You were one of my first interviews. You were actually my very first women's basketball interview. So you helped me get started with that. So thank you so much for all of this. And thank you for taking time out of your day to sit here for an interview.
No, thank you, man. Thank you. And y'all keep up with me.